Hello everyone, Adam Nicholas here for WhatCulture Football, and I'm here today to talk to you about Pro Evolution Soccer 2019. Now, before we get started, I should point out I am a die-hard PES fan, so there is probably going to be a teeny tiny wincy bit of bias in this video, but in fairness, that is a bias that they have earned, in my opinion, because Pro Evo, for me, has always delivered the best footballing experience in terms of gameplay, and that's what I'm looking for in my game. So before we even get started, FIFA fans, I'm looking at you. This is going to be slightly slanted, but at the end of the day, if a game's that good, you just got to accept it. So for all you PES fans, it's time to get very excited indeed. And if you're a FIFA fan, maybe you came here by mistake, why not stick around? Because at the end of the day, I can give you an education on why this is the game for the football purist. Either way, PES 2019 is awesome, and here's 5 reasons why. Number 5, a serious goalkeeping upgrade. One of the most frustrating things about last year's game was the goalkeepers, or perhaps more accurately, lack thereof. Now, to be fair, goalkeepers got a pretty raw deal in PES 2018. Not only would you see them doing mind-boggling things at times, like a Tom Daly-esque dive for a shot that was basically a back pass, but on top of that, the animation and overall AI of the goalkeepers was pretty lacking at times last year, and it made it extremely infuriating when you were playing really well and your goalkeeper would let you down at the most important moment. Nevertheless, the outcry from fans must have been loud enough because the men between the sticks have been given a massive overhaul this season. Shot stopping has been drastically improved, while more often than not, you will now see the keeper getting a hand to shots that in previous games he would absolutely have missed. The goalkeepers have also been given a whole host of new animations, which basically means your goalkeeper now actually feels like a goalkeeper again. Huzzah! Gone are the days of them feeling like Bender from Futurama trying to catch the ball in the top corner and failing miserably, and now you can watch your keeper pick a long-range effort out of the top corner, and it's never been more satisfying. Number 4, Master League transfer negotiations. Now, previously, the opening negotiations for any transfer were handled by your club negotiator, the hidden, mystical entity that would basically do your bidding. So you'd say, start negotiations, the negotiations would then start, and then in a few days' time, the first initial terms would either come to your door, or you'd be given a massive, humongous, painful go f*** yourself. Now, as you can imagine, if it was the latter, that could be rather frustrating. Were the other team or the other player basically saying no to you, were they being stubborn, were they not happy with the deal, or, on the flip side of that coin, was your club negotiator just a f***ing chancer? Either way, that doesn't matter anymore because PES have introduced a new system for the beginning of negotiations whereby you get to actually have an input on what happens in that transfer. You get to choose the details like player salaries, the transfer fee being paid, the bonuses perhaps to players, etc., and you get to try and gauge a deal that will be suitable for that player. And you'll also get a percentage at the top which will tell you whether or not the player is likely to say yes or no. So that means bye-bye vague rejections and hello new signings. Number 3, quick subs have arrived. Okay, so obviously last year FIFA introduced quick subs into the fray, and it's fair to say it was a much applauded addition from players who had grown tired of their game being interrupted by players pausing and stopping the game to make tactical changes. Credit where it's due, this was a clever and innovative addition from EA, and they've basically added a tiny tweak to the football game genre in general, and it's all for the better. And it's safe to say that Konami have happily taken that tweak and implemented it into PES 2019. Now yes, I'm sure FIFA fans will see this as PES stealing from their beloved game, and they're absolutely right. Pro Evo have seen the little quick subs addition and they've thought, yep, we'll have a bit of that, and that's exactly what's happened. A little bit like FIFA, who have decided to strong-arm Pro Evo out of the UEFA exclusive license that they have and take it for their own. So that little thing that we had that made us special and happy is now gone. I hope you are satisfied, EA Sports, because my heart is in bits on the floor, and now I've got to go for some weird unlicensed cup in my Master League season. Thank you very much. Number 2, 10 new licensed leagues. For anyone who's been a long-term fan of Pro Evolution Soccer, and let's face it, if you've come this far, you deserve a bloody medal, because sometimes that game truly tries your patience. I am looking at you, 2008. You'll know for a fact that when PES loses something, they tend to gain something in return. Lose Bayern Munich, gain Borussia Dortmund. Lose Manchester United and Tottenham, gain Arsenal and Liverpool. You get the idea. As mentioned before, this year was the heaviest loss that PES has taken to date, as the exclusive license for UEFA, which they've had for 10 years now, finally came to an end, which it basically gave them exclusive rights to the UEFA Champions League and the UEFA Europa League, but that is now over. I can only assume that EA Sports have outbid them and taken that from the game and made it their own. Fair play, they have more money, but they just couldn't leave us with that tiny little thing that we had. However, with great loss comes great gain, and true to form, Konami have responded to said loss in the best possible way. The Japanese giants have accrued 10 new licensed leagues, which is absolutely fantastic, but there's too many for me to try and remember, because let's face it, it's going to be hard enough for me to read these in my accent, never mind actually try and remember them. So, without further ado, and I sincerely apologise to any fans out there from the countries where these leagues are based, because I'm about to butcher the names profusely. Let's have a look. Colombian Categoria Primera, the Argentine Primera Division, Belgian First Division A, the Chilean Primera Division, Danish Superliga, the Portuguese Primera Liga, the Russian Premier League, the Scottish Premiership, that was nice and easy, the Swiss Super League, and of course, the Turkish Super League. Can you imagine trying to do that after a few beers? All of those leagues are indeed fully licensed. Yes, fully licensed. Can you believe it? Team kits, team names, proper faces, the whole shebang, because that's what you get with licenses. What a lovely little thing that is. And while some of these leagues may not be your personal cup of tea, imagine if you're a fan from Colombia and you now have the chance to play your Premier Division of your home country. I think that's a pretty great thing if you ask me. And in fairness, if you're not interested in playing any of those leagues, it still means they will be part of your Master League in the background, which means more players with faces. That means you're going to get to sign so many more quality players in the Master League, because let's be honest, who wants to sign a player who doesn't have a proper face? And number one, the art of defending. Oh, now we're talking. It wasn't until playing PES 2019 that I became painfully aware of how much better the defender AI is on this game. Honestly, it's such a difference, and it makes for such a more authentic experience when you're playing the game. The opposition instantly feel like they've become more self-aware. They are always spotting the danger that's coming, they're closing down passes quicker, and when a player is about to make a pass, they are often quick to read it and intercept. And to be honest, that is a welcome change. Adding this accuracy to the gameplay makes it feel much more legit. It makes you earn those wins, and ultimately, when you finally do get a win, it makes you feel so much more satisfied because you know how much you've gone through to actually get it in the first place. On the plus side, however, that does apply to your defenders too, so they're much better than they've been in previous games. Remember all those times last year when a through ball split your defense like a hot knife through butter, as Peter Drury would tell you? Well, those days are now over. And in fairness, your defenders actually feel like they're doing some defending, which might sound like nothing, but at times last year, you were looking at your players thinking, what on earth are you doing? And why are there more holes in my defense than a f***ing watering can? Now, while these new mechanics can't promise a clean sheet every game, what they do promise, on the other hand, is the fact that you will get maximum effort from your back four, which might sound like nothing, but that was drastically missing at times last year, and your defenders will actually feel like they're trying to defend as individuals and as a unit. Well, there you go. That's 5 reasons why PES 2019 is awesome, and you should definitely get your ass off your seat, go outside and go and buy it. Even if you're a FIFA fan, what are you going to do for this next month? We're going to all be playing PES 2019 and you're all going to be doing nothing. Imagine that. Who would do that to their fans? Certainly not Konami. Anyway, as always, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and share, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. My name is Adam Nicholas. PES 2019 is awesome, and I'll see you next time.